Hi there, and welcome to this episode of Consciousness Empowerment. Here we talk about consciousness, wisdom, spiritual laws, and how to reach your fucking dreams. So today, I'm gonna go over a story in Neville Goddard's book, The Law and the Promise. It is in the chapter Moods. I can find you the chapter 7, Moods. And there's an amazing story that's helped me manifest. Okay, and I'll tell you what I said to manifest $25,000 and a Dodge Challenger. So stay to the end, okay? Now let's go over the story that Neville Goddard talks about. He's talking about a story here on how this woman manifested everything that she wanted, okay? And so this is an older woman. She had no job. She had no family. She's in her late 50s. And she said she just needed about everything. Quote, to find a decent job, I needed a car to look for it. And though I had a car, it was so worn out, it was ready to fall apart. I was behind in my rent, I had no proper clothes to seek a job. And today it's no fun for a woman of 55 to apply for a job of any kind. My bank account was almost depleted and there was no friend to whom I could turn. But I had been attending your lectures for almost a year, and my desperation forced me to put my imagination to the test. Indeed, I had nothing to lose. It was natural for me, I suppose, to begin by imagining myself having everything I needed, but I needed so many things and in such short order that I found myself exhausted. When I finally got through the list. And by that time I was so nervous I could not sleep. One lecture night, I heard you tell of an artist who captured the feeling or word, as you call it, of isn't it wonderful in his personal experience. I began applying this idea to my case. Instead of thinking of and imagining every article I needed, I tried to capture the feeling, and something wonderful was happening. That something wonderful was happening to me, not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. I would say over and over to myself as I fell asleep, isn't it wonderful? Something marvelous is happening to me right now. And as I fell asleep, I would feel the way I would expect to feel under such circumstances. Okay, so she repeated this for 2 months. Okay, so she would say over and over again as she fell asleep, isn't it wonderful? Something marvelous is happening to me right now. And as I fell asleep, I would feel the way I would expect to feel under such circumstances, under having everything. So subconsciously, because see, the universal mind doesn't speak through words. It speaks through feeling, kind of like intuition. So she felt like she had everything she needed. All that stuff that I said in the beginning of the stuff she needed, she felt like she had it. And she told herself over and over again, isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? And she fell asleep. Now, here's how I manifested this stuff, okay? That I mentioned at the beginning of the video. I just walk. And I'll riff off a few things. How do I feel now that I received a fat check? Okay. How do I feel now that my Dodge Challenger is behind those cars, right? I can't see behind those cars, but I ask myself, how do I feel now that my Dodge Challenger is right there? So this is all imagination. I'm telling myself in conscious that it's there. Now, not later, right now. And then regarding the check, I said, how do I feel now that I received a check? Not that I'm going to receive, not that I am receiving, that I received it. It's fulfilled. The wish is fulfilled. Okay, that's the difference between having and getting. You want to have it in consciousness. Have it in the imaginal act. Have it in your feeling. Okay. So I would say that and then riff off a few other things. How do I feel now that I have this? Just like she did, you know. But my situation is not like hers, you know. She was a more challenging situation. And for me now, it's just going for more goals. Once you get something, you're gonna feel like that was it. Right now, it may be because you don't have it yet, so you're like, I need it. But you just gotta feel the feelings of having it. Then you'll have it. Then it'll manifest physically. Then you'll be like, that was it. You're like, okay, it's kind of like boring now. Now that you got it, it's like boring. The process is fun. It's the joyful part, the process. And so enjoy it. And then go on to the next thing that you want to manifest. Okay? Mashi. Here. Mashi, come here. Good boy. Sit. Sit. All right. And here's what I said. I said, isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? 2 times. And then I would say, something amazing just happened right now. Something great just happened to me right now. Then I will repeat it over. I would loop it. That's my statement. Okay, so write that down if this resonates with you. If it doesn't, change it. Do something like she said, isn't it marvelous? Or no, she said, something marvelous happened to me right now. She would say, she said, isn't it wonderful? Something marvelous is happening to me now. Okay, again, quote, isn't it wonderful? Something marvelous is happening to me now. So she would say that as she fell asleep. And as I fell asleep, I would feel the way I would expect to feel under such circumstances. Okay, so she'll say that over and over and over again. So I'm going to repeat the little passage. Quote, I would say over and over to myself as I fell asleep, isn't it wonderful? Something marvelous is happening to me now. And as I fell asleep, I would feel the way I would expect to feel under such circumstances. While I was incarcerated, that's how I would feel. I would like close my eyes and see myself doing the things that I wanted to do when I was out, which was be in college and be successful. And I felt in my heart, again, I didn't say I am successful in college. I am getting grade A's. I have scholarships. No, it was a feeling. I was just walking on the campus. I'm like, yes, I'm successful. I got this. Like in my mind, I was kind of like feeling that intuitively, knowing that, okay? Just knowing that, just feeling success, okay? Remember, the universe, God, the creator, whatever you want to call God, the creator, or the universal mind, whatever you want to identify it as, that speaks, or your subconscious mind, scientifically speaking, it speaks and communicates through intuition. That's what I love when Wes Watson says. He says, guilt or regret is your guideline. It's telling you what not to fucking do. So don't fucking do it, because then you get on a low vibe. Go at a high vibe. What gets you at a high vibe? For me, exercise, gratitude, visualization, giving to others. Raise your vibe. And as you raise your vibe, you're attracting the things that you desire, because what you desire are at a high frequency. So constantly raise your frequency, your mood. Again, this chapter is on mood. Okay, a great fucking chapter. And this woman ends up manifesting money for the rest of her life. So she talks to a friend who's going to New York. She used to live in New York, and the friend meets somebody she knew in New York, and this friend who met her friend told the friends talked about her, and one of the friends became rich. One of the friend that was already living there became rich, and he started giving her checks, more than enough. She had more than enough to buy everything that she wanted, and she ended up getting checks monthly for the rest of her life. Okay, so that's the power of the law of assumption. You don't know where it's gonna come from. You never know. Okay. But assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, the way you desire. And the universe will bring it to you. I hope you like this one. Until next time, I love you. Peace.